Hey, yo, what do you say? What do you know? It's your guy, Blue Eyes. Welcome back to the show. Let's go. So, yo, today we're going to talk about the fact that now this is going to be unbelievable. This is going to shock you, right? So, listen up tight. Listen closely, right? Your boy Blue ain't smoking weed no more. That's right. As unbelievable as it may sound, I quit smoking weed. No more weed. So, we're going to break it down. I think this is going to be reoccurring concept for these videos. I think I'm gonna touch on this a few times. You know what I mean? I don't think this is gonna be a one-pot video. I think I'm gonna actually document my journey, if you will. You know what I mean? So I should have started when I first had quit, because when I first had quit, I cut down. I didn't quit cold turkey. I just cut down. You know what I mean? I was realistic about the whole situation, right? I progressively slowed down and eventually quit smoking weed altogether. Now, don't get me wrong. Every once in a while, when I can't sit still, I'm about to do a podcast on the YouTube streets. Um, I will smoke a little bit just to help me sit still, because I'm a hyper individually, naturally. You know what I mean? I'm real hyper. I got a lot of energy. So that's another thing we're gonna be talking about, right? Since I quit smoking weed, I'm a lot more hyper. But in return, I'm a lot more productive. I get a lot more done. I go to the gym a lot more. My stamina a lot more in the boxing ring, boxing, working out, hitting the heavy bag. I last a lot longer. You know what I'm saying? So let me bring you all the way back for a minute. So I've been smoking weed. I started smoking weed when I was 11 years old. I grew up in the projects. I grew up in the hood. I've been smoking weed my whole life for a very long time. I grew up in the projects. You know what I mean? I grew up in a crazy area. I had a lot of older brothers, a lot of homeboys. Everybody smoked weed, right? One thing I didn't do is I never got into harder drugs. I never got into the hard drugs. You know what I mean? I'm good with that shit. I'm all the way good. I've been through so much trauma. I seen my loved ones die. I lost nephews, cousins, countless friends, multiple cousins. My father just passed away. Rest in peace. So I was scared to death, man. I had the STDs when it comes to weed. When it comes to hard drugs, excuse me. I was scared to death. I always knew there was a lot of alcoholics and addicts in my family. I was too scared to ever try any hard drugs. So I kept it strictly weed. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in the chat watching. I will get to you at some point, but I'm trying to stay on track and tell this story. But again, I'm gonna do multiple parts of this video and document my journey as I cut down and quit smoking weed. So I started smoking weed at 11 years old. Growing up in the projects, smoke all day, every day, right? Socially, with the homeboys, with the neighborhood kids, I was out there smoking, you know what I mean? I just want to, shout out to everybody in the chat. I just want to check the comments right quick. Excuse me, quick delay, no JD. I just had to, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Give my respect, salute. She got blue eyes. You already know what it do. So yeah, I've been smoking weed since I was 11 years old. I started smoking weed when I was 11 years old, right? And I continued to smoke. I smoked my whole life up until now. So with that being said, if you go back and watch, we've been doing the YouTube Streets podcast for at least 4 years, right? If you go back and watch any and all of our videos, I'm talking thousands of videos, I'm smoking the whole time. The whole time. Joint after joint, blunt after blunt. As soon as that shit turns into a roach, I put that shit out, light up another one, back to back. Chain smoking weed, chain smoking blunts, chain smoking joints like they're cigarettes, no stunts. On dogs, on dead dogs. You could ask anybody. Matter of fact, most people I know that are close to me, especially when I tell them I quit smoking weed, they don't even believe me. They're like, get the fuck out of here. You ain't quit smoking weed. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be joking. There's no way you quit smoking weed. Well, I'm here to tell you, no more weed for this guy. No more blue for your boy Blue. No more purple haze for your guy. Hey, it's been a while. So, like I said, every once in a while, I'll smoke a little bit just to keep me calm, cool, and collected. I'm naturally hyper, right? But for the most part, I haven't smoked in months. Now, I was talking to my co-host on the YouTube streets. Shout out to DVS and New Age Plug. Stuck in the System, Scandalous Squad. But I was talking to DVS and he's like, yo, you should document this whole journey. And I mean, do some videos about it. But I was low-key doubting myself, to be quite honest. If I'm going to be all the way honest, right? I'm going to keep it a buck with you because I fuck with you. I'm never up here stunting. I always keep it real, right? So I wasn't sure. Yeah, I'm a leprechaun. Big facts. Irish pride all day. Everywhere. All day. That's what it is, man. I'm a whole leprechaun. Shout out to the Shamrock Squad, a.k.a. Scandalous Squadron, Scandal Squad. All my stand-up guys. All my solid dudes. You already know what it is. Stick-up squad in the building. Scandalous shit. Yeah. But yeah, man, I was kind of doubting myself because I've been smoking my entire life. This is the first time I've been seeing clearly. It feels like I just came out of a fog. So I wanted to get a few weeks or like a month without smoking before I came on here and spoke about it, right? The gold is right here. Gold never fold. You already know. So now that I got a few weeks under my belt, a few months under my belt, now I came on. I figured this is the perfect time to come on and share my experience, right? So I've been smoking since I was 11 years old. I started smoking when I was 11 years old. It's all I knew. I've been smoking my whole life, right? So I never realized, I never even experienced the world. I never even experienced life without being high 24/7. Straight stoner, you know what I mean? So when I quit smoking, I realized how much more energy I got. It's like a double-edged sword. I'm hyper as fuck. Hyper as fuck. But I'm way more productive. I get a lot more shit done. I'm not doing the bare minimum. Instead of doing 100 push-ups a day, I'm up to 500 push-ups a day. Between 3 and 5, 300. I do 300 on a average day. On a really great day, on a good day, I try to get in 500 push-ups. I do sets of 25, sets of 50, sets of 20, whatever, depending. But the bare minimum, I do a bare minimum of 100 push-ups a day. But now that I quit smoking weed, I've been doing like 300, 400, 500 push-ups a day. So the progress is progressing. You know what I mean? Excuse me. This is my biggest vice. I got to give this up next and start drinking more water. We'll get into that another time. But every once in a while I vape, you know what I'm saying? I never smoked cigarettes in my life. I'm not a cigarette smoker. I'd rather smoke a cigar. But I did use this as a crutch when I first quit smoking weed. When I wanted something to do with my hands, when I wanted to roll up and hit something, I would just hit the vape. So I do use this as a crutch. Whenever I get the urge to smoke, I go ahead and hit this vape. But I've been doing a lot better. I hit it from the bare minimum like a few times here and there. Usually when I'm on a live and I'm just chilling out, I'll hit the vape. So every once in a while, I'll still smoke. I still hit the weed vapes, the weed pens every once in a while if I'm podcasting, like if I'm in a club or a restaurant, or if I'm in the podcast studio with B Luke. Shout out to B Luke and the whole Scandalous Squadron, Bounce Back TV. Check out the YouTube streets tonight. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we're going live or we're doing a pre-record. Got the police over there, they're towing somebody. But hey, got nothing to do with me. I'm great at minding my business. You know what it is, shit. But hey, Pebbles, I just want to take this time out to thank Snowplow and Pebbles. They've been supporting my page. They've been showing a lot of love, a lot of respect, and a lot of support. I appreciate everybody. Hit that like button if you like something. I appreciate everybody watching. If you want to donate to the page, I am not monetized. I do all this shit for free. I do it for me, and I do it for you. So it is what it is, but it could be what it could be. So if you want to drop some super chats or donations, the only way to do so is through Cash App. So my Cash App is $Blue Eyes Ronnie. If you want to donate, if not, that's cool. If you can, great. If not, just hit the like. That's free. So yeah, I figured, right, this wasn't a big deal. It's a huge deal for me, but I didn't think it'd be a big deal to everybody else that I quit smoking weed. But when I brought it up on the YouTube Streets podcast, I got a lot of good feedback. I got a lot of love. I got a lot of support, right? So I started thinking, right? I'm like, yo, if I do a video about quit smoking weed, right? Quitting weed. If I could just help one person, right? Or even better, if I can help the youth, right? The youngins, yeah, Shimrocks everywhere. If I can help anybody, right, and give them some insight, then why not do it, right? And plus, I know everything there is to know about weed. Not only did I start smoking weed at 11 years old, I started selling weed at 11, 12 years old. I was hustling my whole life. And obviously, it wasn't just weed. When I got into my teens, it got a lot more crazy, but I ain't gonna get into that. That's the past, you know what I'm saying? I'm living a much better life nowadays. I'm completely legit, completely legal, you know what I'm saying? Living a square life. It is what it is. I'm a family man. You know what I mean? I take care of my mother. You know what I mean? I just sold my condo, and I still got a crib. You know what I mean? I won't get into too much detail, but I spend the majority time at my mother's house because she's elderly, and I do all the shoveling. We just got hit with a major blizzard here, and it's crazy. There's snow everywhere. So I come do all the shoveling, the trash, you know, the laundry, and the shopping, all the heavy shit, the stuff that she can't carry and stuff like that. I help out. So I go back and forth. I got 2 pit bulls here, and I got 2 pit bulls at my crib, right? So shout out to Benny Franks over in Dorchester. I be over there, you know what I mean? That's the bro. That's my hot. You already know what it is. You know how it go. But anyone that wants to hit the Cash App, again, $Blue Eyes Ronnie. I appreciate it. If not, no big deal. Just hit the like. So let's get back on track, right? I'm in a nice rental right now, you know what I'm saying? I got the caddy in the shop. For those that know. If you don't know, I was on the highway. I was in a bad car accident just last week. I was whipping the caddy. I was on the highway. Somebody sideswiped me. They smashed into me. It was kind of a hit and run. I didn't see who hit me. I'm not the type to call the police. I know the procedure. I know my rights. I don't have to call the police. It's advised. It's not required, but it is advised. But I'm not legally required to call the police and report it. But you have a 5-day window to report it to your insurance company. So that's what I went ahead and did. I waited a day or two, made sure everything was all right. Make sure I was good. I'm completely fine, by the way. I'm good. I'm Gucci. It's gonna take more than a little car accident to take your boy out. I'm good. I was a little sore, got a little whiplash. I rested for a day or two, but I'm good. I'm completely Gucci. You know what I'm saying? But I'm in a brand new spaceship right now. This whip is crazy. Maybe I'll show you it in a little bit, but let's get back to the bit, right? So I was driving down the highway. Somebody smashed into my passenger side. I think they was either merging onto the highway or they was in the breakdown lane. That's probably why they didn't stop, because it was completely their fault. They smashed into me. So I'm like, shit. So I steadied the whip right quick, made sure I was straight. I slowed down. I did not get their information. I did not get their license plate. If I did, I probably wouldn't bring it up, to be quite honest, because it's not legally required. I can still report the car accident to my insurance and go about it like that. I never been the type to involve law enforcement if I don't have to, or never did I, never will I. That's just not my style. I didn't want to get no one else in trouble. You know what I mean? To be quite honest, I'm not an angel. If they pulled over, I probably would have beat their ass because my adrenaline was pumping. I was fucking heated. They hit the caddy. I wanted to get out and beat their ass and make them call me daddy, to be honest with you. So it's probably for the best that they took off, and still my insurance covered it. So I got a brand new rental. I'm sitting pretty. I'm in the city. It ain't nothing. Yo, Savage, what up, homeboy? Salute. So, yeah, I was in a little car accident, not to get too much off topic, but just to let everybody know I'm good, I'm Gucci, I'm safe, I'm a soldier. It ain't nothing. I'm as hot as a boulder. I ain't fronting. You know what I mean? I'm good. I'm good. I'm all the way good. So it ain't nothing. So just to let everybody know, I'm good. But since they took off, I didn't stick around neither. I just procedure. I just kept it pushing, kept it moving. I pulled over at a gas station, assessed the damage. My whole headlight was hanging off by, it was literally hanging on by a thread, by one wire. My whole bumper came off, the whole fender, the whole front fender of the whip came off. I took that shit off, it fell in the street. I took that shit off, threw it in my back seat, popped the headlight back in, filled up my tank. My car was making a crazy noise, so I didn't want to stick around on the highway. That's dangerous, you know what I mean? I don't know if this shit's fitting to blow up or break down. So I just kept it pushing. Excuse me. So I drove back to the crib. I parked the car. I called my brother-in-law. You know what I mean? He got a fancy job. That's all I'm going to say. I called my lawyer. He confirmed what I said. You have 5 days. You have a 5-day window to report a car accident. So that's what I went ahead and did. I waited a day or two. I called my insurance company. I explained what happened. Hey, I got that nice here. Yeah, all tatted up. All tatted up. I got that Viking bun going. My shit is Gucci. But yeah, let me get back to it. So I quit smoking weed. I've been a lot more productive. I was doing the bare minimum and I didn't even realize it. Ever since I quit smoking weed, everyone knows I go to the gym a lot. I box, I work out, I train, I hit the heavy bag, I spa. Ever since I quit smoking weed, my endurance went up. I used to do like 2 3-minute rounds, rest, do another 2 3 minutes, rest, and so on and so forth. Continue like that. Now I try to do 4 or 5 minutes, rest for a minute, go back 4 or 5 minutes, rest for a minute, and go back and go as long as I can till I wind out. You know what I mean? So my endurance went up in the gym. I feel better. I feel great. The only thing is I'm naturally hyper as fuck. You know what I mean? I got that ADHD, and I refuse to take any medication. Rest in peace to my brother Boo. Rest in peace to my father. Rest in peace, little Robbie. Robbery, aka robbery. Rest in peace to my godfather. But I seen drugs just fuck up a lot of people. So whether it's drugs or medication, me personally, I'm good. I don't judge anybody else. You know what I mean? You can't judge a man till you walk in that man's shoes. But for me, I don't do medication. I don't do drugs. Weed was my vice, and soda. Coca-Cola. Not Coke, but Coca-Cola. This is my vice. Excuse me. But since I quit smoking weed, my next step is cutting down on the soda. I'm trying to drink more water, right? Always got to be hyper observant, aware of your surroundings. It's old habit. It ain't a bad habit to have, but I can't break it. I'm the type, I go in a restaurant, I go in the way back, sit somewhere no one's behind me, and I can see all the entrances, all the exits. I'm always been hyper observant. extra careful, and hyper aware of my surroundings. That's just me. So I always been. It's how I always gonna be. But it is what it is. But I will be making another video. This is just a video letting you know I will be making videos about my journey quitting smoking weed, right? So ever since I quit smoking weed, I've been hyper as fuck. So I've been taking that energy and applying it to my workout, my everyday life, getting a lot more done, being a lot more productive. And even on the podcast, I do the Bounce Back podcast, Scandalous World podcast on Bounce Back TV. I do the YouTube streets, everybody knows. So before, I feel like I was just doing the bare minimum. You could go back and watch the old episodes. I'm smoking, chain smoking weed, the whole live. We could be live for 3-4 hours. I smoke like 7-8 joints, two blunts. I would just continuously smoke during the whole live. So this is just a video of me letting you know I will be making videos and documenting my journey on this journey I'm taking, quit smoking weed, because it's a big deal for me. I started smoking weed when I was 11 years old. I've been smoking weed my entire life. It's like I just came out of a fog. I never knew how it felt not to be stoned 24/7. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's like I'm experiencing life for the first time in my life. As crazy as that sounds, it's a fact. It's a whole fact. So I will be making more videos about my experience, but I just want to motivate other people to let you know that this stuff is holding you back. You know what I mean? For me personally, I can't speak on other people, but for me personally, I never knew how lazy, because I'm naturally a hyper person. So I'll smoke a weed to calm me down. But as you get older, it actually has the opposite effect. You know what I mean? You'll see people that have been doing drugs their whole life, smoking weed their whole life, and they used to smoke to relax. And now they'll smoke and they'll get all paranoid and shit. They'll get all stuck on stupid, you know what I mean? They'll get lazy, you know what I mean? None of that I want in my life. I'm trying to better my life. I'm trying to be a better man. I'm trying to progress in life and move forward. I never want to be stagnant, stay still. I'm always trying to push it forward. You know what I mean? Thank you. I appreciate that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep making these videos speaking on my past experiences with weed. I think the only time I didn't smoke weed is if I was like arrested, did a few days in jail, or if I did I did a year probation one time as a juvenile. I don't know if no, I had a juvenile case. I think I was like 16, maybe 17. I think I was 16. I did a year probation, and that's the only time I didn't smoke. But I smoked a few times within that year, but I was scared to get called in for a drug test, failed the drug test, and I would have ended up in jail. So I did 1 year without smoking, but I would smoke here and there in between. And that's the only time my entire life that I didn't smoke weed all day, every day. But I still smoked weed occasionally. But, hey, I know Corrupt likes when I say this, so I'm going to just say this. Shout out to my soldiers, Shamrocks and Clovis, $signs for my soldiers. You know this. Stick Up Squad in the building, a.k.a. Shamrocks, a.k.a. Scandal Squad. You know what it is. Solid dudes, stand-up guys. Hey, salute. But yeah, man, I've been a lot more productive since I quit smoking weed. I've been a lot more fucking hyper, I'll tell you that. But I'm getting a lot more done. You know what I mean? And I'm able to help myself. By helping myself, I'm a very selfless person. I'm all about my people. I'm all about my friends and family. So, with that being said, since I quit smoking weed, I'm able to do more for my family. And since my father passed away, I've had a fucked up year. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you because I fuck with you. I never come up here in front. I never come up here and stunt. I'm just me. Same OG. I'm just me. You know what I mean? So my father passed away this year, just last month. My mother had a surgery. She got stomach problems. She had a hip surgery. So I had to be there for her, right? So with all this new responsibility, I always, even when my mom was good, I would come from my apartment to her apartment, you know, from one project to another. I would come from my apartment, go visit her, because she lives in the projects, but not in the projects we grew up in. The projects we grew up in were no joke. The projects my mom lives in now, they're more like an old age home. They're real quiet, they're real peaceful. It's not as crazy and violent as the projects that I grew up in, which is cool. That's a blessing, right? So since I quit smoking weed, I feel like it's crunch time. It's time to put in work, right? So I'm able to do a lot more for my mother. So the timing couldn't be any better, right? And I was able to be there for my family without that crutch of weed during my father's services. I had to make all the arrangements. I had to pay for everything out of my own pocket with no help. Shout out to everybody who donated. I made a GoFundMe. A few people, Jay Williams, shared that. I appreciate you, Jay. You already know you're my guy from day one. J.A. You already know what it is. You're my dog. He didn't donate himself or anything like that, but he did share the GoFundMe, share the link, and tell his subscribers to donate. And he actually kicked in a little something himself that someone had sent him to send me. So I appreciate that to the fullest. No words could express my gratitude, but I just want to say salute. But I'm able to help my family a lot more, you know what I mean? And I'm just able to do a lot more, you know what I mean? And with the YouTube streets, I didn't even realize I was doing the bare minimum, right? I was just winging it, you know what I mean? I'm used to covering movie, you know what I mean? Um, like, you know, movies and hip hop and trending topics and rap, basically music, entertainment, right? We went from the prison genre, interviewing dudes that have been locked up, jail, prison, DYS, youth offender camps, whatever. We out here we call it DYS, right? But out there they got the youth offender, whatever, right? So the JIT camps or whatever, right down south. But it's like the YouTube streets, I was just up there stone catching wreck, smoking my weed, talking my shit, right? But now that we transitioned into true crime and we're actually doing numbers, we're getting a lot of support. We're doing our research. I'm taking it a lot more serious. So with this new energy and all this all this hyper energy I have, I've been able to focus on the cases that we're covering, right? So I've been doing my research. Like we covered the perfect neighbor, the lady in Florida that shot and killed her neighbor. So before we did the live on the case, I went on Netflix, I watched The Perfect Neighbor, I took notes, I wrote stuff down. I wrote stuff down to add to the equation, you know what I mean? To bring shit to the table. I feel like I'm bringing more shit to the table because I'm gonna be honest, everybody knows that watches the YouTube Streets podcast. If you know, you know. I would be in the middle of a sentence and I completely forget what I was saying. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot what I was saying. Come back to me. I'll circle back. And I completely forget and move on. Hyper observant. On to the next. Like, I'm like a dog. My attention span, like 3 seconds later, it's like, see you later. You know what I mean? Forget about it. Like, literally, I forget about it and then forget about it. It's whatever. But now, that happens less and less. That's been happening less and less. I'm able to keep track. I'm able to keep track of what's going on and actually pay attention. And whatever I feel like I might forget, I write down and take a note. I take notes 100%. I'm taking this shit a lot more serious. I'm saying this to say this. I'm going to be doing a lot of research. I'm going to be taking notes and bringing you a lot of great content on the YouTube Streets podcast, on the Scandalous World podcast, on Bounce Back TV, and right here on my Ronnie Blue Eyes page. And right here on my Boston Boss page on my other phone. I got a whole nother page on a whole nother phone. So if you ain't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the Boston Boss, Malden May, Mass Mobs, the Scandalous Squadster. You know what it is, man. Dollar signs and Clovis, Shamrocks for my soldiers. You know this. It's your boy IBE. Now, this is not the video about me not smoking no more. About me smoking weed and not smoking weed. I got crazy stories, right? Crazy stories. This is just a video of me letting you know that I have decided to document my progress, because I feel like if I can help anybody, that's the least I could do, right? When I was growing up, I was mobbed up. I was on my thug shit. I was on some gangster shit. I put a lot of bad karma into this world, and now I'm trying to make up for it. I'm trying to do good deeds. I just raised $7,000 for autism awareness in April at a tattoo shop, and we gave it to a local family, and they was able to take their family to Disneyland and Disney World because of what we did. That made me feel great. It's the complete opposite of what I used to do. I used to be on some stick up squad shit. I mean, scandalous squad. They don't call us scandalous for no reason. We were really out here on some scandalous shit, aka Shamrocks, aka stick up squad. They don't just call you the stick up squad for no reason. We was really out here sticking shit up. You feel me? So I feel like I put a lot of bad into this world when I was growing up, when I was on my bullshit. Back on my bullshit. Back in the day, I was on my bullshit, right? So now it's like I'm trying to do good deeds. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to be a better man. So even if these stories about how much better I feel, and we barely scratched the surface, I feel great. Instead of waking up and being lazy and smoking as soon as I wake up, I fucking bow right to a push-ups. Right to my push-ups. Right to my push-ups. I'm a dog like that. My whole family's like that. My brothers do push-ups. My father, rest in peace, he always did push-ups. He always pushed push-ups on me. Do your push-ups. Do your push-ups. So I used to wake up and do 100 push-ups. Ever since I quit smoking weed, I'm up to 500. Sometimes I do 300. I try to do 300 a day at least. But on a great day, on a good day, I do 500. 500 push-ups. So I got a lot of stories about me quit smoking weed, about me smoking weed, actually. This is just, I finally decided to document it because I'm like, yo, I'm getting a lot of love, a lot of support, a lot of appreciation, a lot of people saying congratulations, and I appreciate that to the fullest, right? And then I hear other people like DVS, like, yo, you inspired me, bro. I want to quit smoking weed. I'm like, damn, that's just one person. That's my homie, too. I fuck with DVS. That's my dog for real. That's my dog for real. For real, that's my dog. So if I could just help one person, right, see clearly, because I feel like I'm just coming out of a fog. 11 years old. I've been smoking weed since I was 11 years old. For the first time in my life, I'm seeing clearly, right? I feel like if I could just help a few people, why not document this shit? Why not document my progress, right? I'm going to start gaining weight. I'm going to start drinking more water. So you'll be able to see the progress in my next video. You know what I mean? I might gain a few pounds. Oh, and by the way, I gained 6 pounds. And this is a goal of mine. I'm trying to gain weight. I'm in the gym every day. I gained 6 pounds last time I went to the doctors. And then the other day I weighed myself. I gained another 3 pounds. Another 3 pounds. 3 pounds. So I'm up 9 pounds since I quit smoking weed. All I do is eat and work out. Eat and work out. So even though I'm hyper as fuck, I'm putting that shit in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? I'm hyper observant. I'm hyper aware. But I'm just a hyper individual. So I'm doing a lot more push-ups. I'm going to the gym a lot more. I'm boxing a lot more. I'm sparring a lot more. I'm hitting the heavy bag a lot more. And I'm starting to see great results. I just ordered a whole lot of food. I just ordered $250 worth of food. I got the family in the crib. I just seen my food delivery pull up like 15 minutes ago. So I'm going to get in the crib and eat my food and all that. Let me just jump in the chat real quick on my Boston Boss page. Thank you to everybody who's watching. You know what I mean? I'm going to jump in here, drop my Cash App, just in case anyone wants to donate. Cash App, $ Blue Eyes, Ronnie Blue Eyes. There's the Cash App right there. Yo, the snow out here is crazy. We just got the blizzard of 2026. I've been shoveling for days. It's crazy. It's been crazy. The wind. Today it's 45 degrees out. I took off my jacket. I was walking around in a hoodie. I was walking around in a t-shirt. I was driving around in a hoodie with the windows rolled down, chilling. It feels like a summer day to me out here. 45 degrees. They're talking about it's gonna be 50 degrees out tomorrow. 50 degrees. That's like a summer day to me. That's like spring. I'm gonna be outside. I'm gonna be walking the dogs. I'm actually taking the dogs to get their nails cut tomorrow because they're driving me crazy, slipping and sliding all over the crib on the wooden floors and shit. They grow so quick. I just got them done 2 weeks ago, but it's about that time. But yeah, man, everybody hit the Cash App if you can. If not, just hit that like button if you like something. It's your guy, Blue Eyes, a.k.a. IBE from the Scandalous Squadron. You know what it be. M-City, Malden May, Mass Mobster, Scandalous Squadster. Shout out to my soldiers, $ and Clovers, Shamrocks for my soldiers. You know this. Irish Pride all day. Shamrock Squad. In this video, again, I'm barely scratching the surface. I'm saving some ammo. This is just the video of me letting you know I will be dropping videos, you know? So for everybody out there that didn't know, I'm done with the weed, and it enhanced my life tremendously. I can't even explain how much progress, how much better I feel. I can breathe better. I'm spitting less. I'm hucking Louis less. I got way more wind, way more endurance. I walk my dogs. Yo, I was taking my dogs out in the morning a few times, and then at night, after they eat, I'd walk them like once or twice. Now, every night after I feed them, I walk them 4 times. Four times I walk them. Every night, right after they eat. Before, I was only doing it once or twice. So everything in my life is progressing, and it's all due to me at first cutting down on the weed, periodically just slowing down, being realistic about this shit. Because that's why I didn't post no videos. I didn't know if I was going to be able to pull this shit off, to be honest. But I did it. You never know what you're capable of until you try to do it. You know what I mean? You never know how tough you are until you're put in that situation to be tough. And I know I'm a tough motherfucker. I'm a lot stronger than I look. I'm smarter than I think, smarter than you think, and stronger than I look. I always say that. Smarter than you think, stronger than I look. And that's a fact. When it comes to this weed, that was like a monkey on my back, you know what I mean? I didn't think I was able to do it. So that's why I didn't say it. I didn't bring it up on a podcast. I didn't post about it. I didn't talk about it. Then once I got a few weeks under my belt, I brought it up on the podcast, and I got a lot of good feedback. I got a lot of support from my homeboys, right? Shout out to New Age Plug. Shout out to B. Luke. Shout out to DVS, Stuck in the System. DVS was like, yo, I'm trying to get on that shit. I'm trying to quit smoking too. So that kind of sparked an idea, like, yo, I know he been smoking for a grip too, and he smoked like me. He smoke a lot, shit. So I'm like, yo, maybe if I post some videos of my progress, I could get a lot more people insight. Because like I said, there's a lot of good things with weed. I ain't shitting on weed. It helped me for years. If you're struggling with depression or anxiety, or you're hyper and it calms you down, that's cool. If it works for you, then work it. You feel me? But I got to a point where it started having the opposite effect on me. It used to calm me down because I'm a naturally hyper person. And then it just started fucking not making me paranoid, but making me lazy, non-productive and shit. And that ain't me. I'm a go-getter. I'm a hustler. I'm a stepper. I'm a stomper. I put in work. So I'm like, I can't be sitting here smoking weed all day, every day. I gotta do more. I was even smoking weed on the job sites as I was doing demolition. I had a joint in my mouth and a sledgehammer in my hand. I had a sledgehammer in my hand doing demolition while I was smoking blunt after blunt. Crazy. But I say all that to say this. This video is just letting you know that I did quit smoking weed. I didn't want to jump the gun, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to say it too fast because I was low-key doubting myself, and that's unhealthy. You gotta have faith in yourself. You gotta believe in yourself. You gotta bet on yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, ain't nobody gonna believe in you. So if I could do it, you could do it. And that's my main point about this whole video. Whatever you want to do, whatever your goals are, go after them. Don't just chase them, attract them. When you throw that fishing line in the water, you ain't really chasing fish. You waiting for them to come to you. Law of attraction. Manifest this shit. I said I was gonna quit smoking weed. I thought about it. I was thinking about quit smoking weed. I said I was gonna quit smoking weed, and then I quit smoking weed. And now I ain't smoking no more, right? I barely hit this vape this whole life. One time for the one time. But hey, like I said, I'm gonna make another video about how I started smoking weed, how long I smoked weed for, how I cut down, and how I eventually quit. This video was just a quick clip just to let you know that I will be sharing my experiences. I shook off the hesitant. I was a little hesitant. I shook that shit off. I shook off the doubt. And I was like, yo, it's time to put in work and let them know what it is. So I will be dropping a video about how I started smoking weed. I'll be dropping another video about all my experiences smoking weed. And then I'll do another follow-up video about how I quit smoking weed and how much it benefited my life. This shit is beneficial. I'm way more productive. I get a lot more done. Thank you. Thank you all for the support. I appreciate you so much. You already know. It's your guy, Blue Eyes. It's time for me to go. Hit that like button if you like something. Deuces.